I didn't grow up with much. I went to a nerdy school and I was fortunate enough to test into it, but I grew up poor in Queens.
The school that I went to was very limited in terms of how much exposure they could provide.
I know people liked the fact that I was a woman of color, good at science and math, and so I was encouraged.
Our thought was to get young people involved in our research, because that's really the only way you can learn it, is to actually get involved in it. New York City is a great place with its diversity. It made a lot of sense to try to get the people in our building, in our organization, to look more like the rest of the city and the rest of the country.
Even until this day, sometimes when my aunt talks to long family friends, she says, "Oh, that's my niece that worked at NASA." When you think back in terms of what we were given, in terms of the scientific experience, the cultural and social experiences, it was amazing.
I was extremely focused. I was I have to do really well because I need to get out of here. I need to go to college. I need to make this happen.
A supposedly intelligent 15-year-old is still a 15-year-old. And it's that sounds like it might be boring to do research after school. What? But it was something obviously that turned out to be much greater than I anticipated.
Coming to an environment where I can connect with world-class scientists, when I could solve problems with teachers that really care about what I'm doing, that I can connect with other like-minded students. I don't think I'd be where I am now if not for these moments where you see that someone is taking an interest. We learn by doing, we learn by applying, we learn by building relationships with each other. We learn by solving problems together. We learn by having fun.
I mentioned my scientist mentor. Does particulate matter affect asthma? My brother has asthma. A lot of my cousins have asthma. From there, we actually designed a study. Even if you Google my name now, there's a report online, and it's on the web for what we did in ICP.
And I think more students need to have the opportunity to be able to see themselves in this work, to believe that they can do it.
To be able to tell a story in a way that somebody can understand no matter what their background was something that ICP taught. Science is nothing if you can't explain it to people, and that's something that I learned.
To know that my way of thinking or my approach to this problem is being validated by a person who's got a PhD, and are you kidding me? It's hugely validating. And I think with that validation comes confidence.
Scientists, teachers, students, all in the same space, and being asked questions from these top scientists, not as an exercise, but they actually cared about what I was saying. I never felt like just a student. I understood that I mattered in that space and that my contribution was a real one.
What they did for us as mentors means a lot to me and gives me motivation to give back and allow younger people the opportunities to also have amazing experiences in science and engineering.
I knew that I would always come back to a community like this, a Spanish-speaking community, an urban community. I started to look for work in primary care, and so then I landed at the Ryan Center. I get to be the kind of doctor that I've always wanted to be. And the patients are amazing, and from all walks of life.
Good morning, everyone. Bienvenidas a todos. Currently, even the students that I'm serving could significantly benefit from having this kind of experience, because it's not just about the access to technology. It's not only about the scientific inquiry, it's also about the mentorship and support.
This is starting to teach me how to use technology in a
We recently got a grant through Verizon and Digital Promise to ensure that my students get the opportunities that I had while I was here at ICP. If we don't foster those opportunities, our students will be going out to the workplace or even going into college unequipped.
Now that I'm doing work that is promoting and supporting diversity and inclusion in Silicon Valley, I'd say that one of the lasting impacts was this idea that we can solve problems together. We know that programs like this, like the ICP, like the connection to adults, scientists, educators, business people, are consequential and have a long-lasting positive impact on young people. And yet, it's still a problem to this day.
If we really are serious about improving opportunities for young people in this country, then we have to look at programs like the ICP and say, this works. How can we scale this opportunity?
I'm hoping that we are not the last, that this door is open to more students throughout the country.
Real World Matters is about leveling the playing field with the kinds of opportunities that help kids discover and develop their talent.
The blueprint for ICP is amazing. I hope it's replicated because I think students now need it.